How's it going? My name is Sam. I'm calling from press from Lima, Peru, to speak with Chuck
Yeah,
Billy.
okay. How you doing?
Hey, Chuck, how's it going, man? Well,
Pretty
calling all
good.
the way from Lima, Peru, just to make a small interview. Won't take much time.
Sure.
Okay, man. We're here excited. You guys are coming first time here to Lima, Peru. You guys are starting a tour.
Yeah.
So how does it feel? You guys you guys know all South America. You've been all around, but first time you're starting, first date in a country you never know. So how does it feel?
It's always exciting to go somewhere you've never been before, so we're kind of looking forward to see what the metal scene's all about there in Lima.
Yeah, man. Lima hasn't had that benefit of having so many bands here coming. So lately, these 2 years have been very exciting for the country. Going now to Dark Roots of the Earth, you guys are very into the environment, very into supporting a lot of non-damage, which is great. You can tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, I think we've always been like that since the New Order record. Always concerned about or interested by stuff like the New Order, stuff like Nostradamus predictions and what's going on with the planet and the Earth. And, was working on the part, it all fell back in place. Um, just coming up with the title, and especially after, here we are 25 years later after those first records, going through a lot of these predictions and watching where we're going with our planet and our mankind and everything. It kind of, made sense to stick right back to where we started in that vein, writing about, what mankind has done to themselves and to the planet and to the earth.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Pretty much what's going on.
And the title Dark Roots of Earth, it's like we're kind of grounded ourselves with the earth and the planet. So it all makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, I see. It's more like you feel like this album is more like what you guys had more like wanting to give around that type of subject about the world.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. All right. It's great. Yeah, there's a lot going on, and now since the North Korean war and all that stuff going on, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to come, I
Crazy
guess.
world.
The UK. You guys started doing the demo recordings for the Dark Roots of the Earth in the UK, right?
Yeah, actually, Eric did. Eric, when we started working on the record, we had a group of songs that we just kind of threw away because we just kind of weren't really happy with the direction where it was going. So, at the time, Eric was kind of like on a writing block, you know. So
Yeah.
he decided that he was going to go to England and stay with Andy at his place.
Hmm.
And Andy's got a studio that's like out in the middle of the country, and it's very peaceful, and there's not a lot of people around. And he wanted to go out there and hang out for like 10 days and work with Andy. And between Andy and him, Andy worked out a lot of the drum parts in the studio on a drum machine. And Eric came up with the music. So by the time Eric came home, after a few weeks, he had the skeleton of like, 9 or 10 songs. And we used every one of them for the record.
Oh, that's great. But out of this record, do you have like other songs that you guys haven't, included in, or you might be including it later on for maybe another album?
We have, well, one song, and did a live DVD in London, or in Long Island last month. And we're going to include that unreleased track on that.
And now going to Hogland, I think this is the second CD or second album he's participated in since Demonic. How do you guys feel with him like in this album? Did you guys I think Eric gave him a little bit more of freedom, I think, on this album.
Yeah, I mean, Gene is Gene, and he has his style, his own style. I think knowing that we had Gene on the record, we were pretty confident. Yeah, that he will walk whatever here down or the drum beat. So, he came pro. Learned the songs in like a week and then recorded them like and
Oh, that's great. Now, well, speaking about drummers, I think you guys had a Chris Adler, I think, playing one of your songs, right?
yeah, he played on one of the tracks.
Oh, okay.
We had a few drummers when we were thinking about doing the record. Chris was one of them. If he was interested, Dave Lombardo, Gene, and they were all interested. But Dave was playing a record, and Chris was doing the Lamb of God record, and Gene was available. So, you know, out of all three, we couldn't lose any of them. So Gene did the record, but we decided that we still wanted Chris, if he had time, to do one of the tracks when he sent the music out do here in the studio with Lamb of God.
Oh yeah, that's great. It's great. Yeah. But yeah, well, there's a lot of saying about the drummers, and I think in Hoagland, you know, he hit right the spot. You know, he's like, I guess he had a lot of chemistry with you guys, right? Started right from the beginning.
Yeah. And Gene's a nice guy, and just get along as just, you know, human beings before bandmates and stuff, so it makes things a lot easier.
Yeah, that's the best thing out of it. Now, the song Native Blood, I've heard the Spanish version. Very great, man. It's cool as hell, awesome. What brought you to sing it in Spanish?
Well, my mother's from Mexico, and as a singer when she was young. She sang for the Red Cross when she was young. And she always wanted to be a singer, but she didn't pursue it just because, you know, her mother had a terrible car accident on the way to a performance, and she stopped singing after that. And the whole life she's been telling me, don't be a singer, you know, go get a job, go to school. And you know, I didn't listen. I kept pursuing music, and she passed away a few years ago. So I thought it would be a special tribute to sing the song in Spanish for her.
Yeah, man, very sorry to hear that. And yeah, man, it's a great song, to be honest. You know, there's a lot of people here who, the good thing about fans is that I believe that, you know, no matter what language you sing, is, you know, they're going to download or whatever or however they can your songs to understand them. But it is a great gift, I guess, for the band. It gives them something in their language. So yes, that's great, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, when you heard the song, how did you perceive when you first heard it? Did you think,
I thought it was awesome. You know, when I heard it first, a friend of mine told me, you know what, man, look, check it out. And Chuck really singing one of the songs from the Dark Roots of the Earth in Spanish. At first, I didn't believe it. I was like, wow. So when I heard part of it, I was like, man, it was incredible. So I started, you know, I like to write some music too. So I started to compare letters and everything, you know, the lyrics, and it was great. You know, it felt right. They fell right on the spot.
Yeah.
Now going back to you guys made a couple of covers, great covers. Dragon Attack. How did that come to happen?
Well, when we got to the point the label wanted to do some B-sides, so we decided to send an email to all the band members and think of some obscure songs that we could change into Testament sounding style songs. And my wife actually came up with the idea of that song. And I kind of heard what I wanted to sound like, and then I gave it to Eric. It was driven on all bass guitar, you know, the riff. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, just kind of change it, just replace it with the rhythm, you know, just think, well, you know, what would Ministry do with a song like this? And then when I told him that, he goes, oh, okay, I kind of get it, all right. So he went for it, you know, and nailed it. And it's, you know, all three of us songs turned out really good, no matter what even thought they would come out.
Yeah, I've heard the song, and let me tell you, man, I've heard it a lot of times, and I think it's a great job, you know, because mostly, you know, a metal band, more, you know, thrash metal band, they try to, when they do covers about, you know, same genre, you know, same bands, or you know, but you guys grabbed a song that had no metal in it, good
right.
Rock song, of course, and you guys, you know, turned it into Testament song, and I think it's great, man.
Yeah, it was fun to do, too.
Yeah, it was great. Well, there's a question I had here. I'm going to change it because it's normally what do you expect from Peruvian fans here. But what do you guys feel that Peruvians should expect from Testament being the first time, and, you know, fans here being so, like, wild and, you know, excited to have you guys here?
Well, I think it's going to be exciting is that we got such a variety of music to offer. About, forming up a new record and the gathering, the formation, and then we got, we've been headlining over in Europe and America. We got like almost like a 18-song show, so we're playing over an hour and a half.
Oh, great.
So it's going to be a long show, and I get to hear a wide selection of all of our songs.
Awesome. There is one big question I've had in mind. Going back to the 80s, you had a sort of a technique on the voice. Then you sort of like mixed it with more guttural sound. Well, what brought you to do that? Well, to me, it's a great change.
Well, when we first started, I sang to whatever the guitar players tuned the guitars to. Being younger, my voice is a I think once we kind of decided to experiment with tuning, we tuned the guitars down, and it actually felt more natural for my voice. And it gave me a little bit of a bigger range to sing in. So once we realized that, I'm a natural baritone voice, I should be singing in lower keys or, lower tuning. And once we found that out, it just opened up the door to just a little more variety of sounds. And then, of course, adding a little more of the death metal voice in there.
Yeah. Awesome.
Was another kind of experiment that we were playing with,
Yeah, this is pretty awesome, and I always like, every time I hear like, I don't know, if I hear the Preacher or any of the songs that you have both versions, I'm like, wow, they're awesome, man. You made a great mix. That's many vocals don't have that type of reference on their voice. Well, this would be like the last question, not to take more time. This is more like a personal question. Worldwide, there's this sort of problem. About this true metal and the new modern metal not being true. You as a musician, what message would you send to the old and young people that intolerantly live in the metal, and sometimes, like, remembering in the 80s, bands like Testament, Exodus, you guys used to struggle for metal to exist, and now that there is a lot of metal, more variety, there's more like a discussion.
Well, there's different, I guess, styles of metal, from black to speed to death to thrash to, it's such a wide range of category of music and metal, Country's country, rock is rock, rap is rap, Metal has different offspring of so much. And I think it's good because it just makes the scene healthier. I think it's just special once bands find their identities in metal and they create a new sound or a new feeling of it, which all leads back to what it's about, and it's all about an attitude and aggression. And I think young fans and new young people that listen to this style of music, they realize that it is kind of a rebellious music, no matter what style of metal it is, it's all rebellious. And I think that's what they really relate to,
Yeah, that's right, because there's been a lot of that, me most of all, I'm in my, mid-30s, so I'm, all to 80s, 90s, and, I'm always liking, all the type of metal there is. But there's been a lot of...
and I'm sure certain bands push in different notes,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, Chuck, I guess that would be pretty much it, just to... just maybe one last question. First time you guys are coming, like I already told you, what do you guys know from Peru? Maybe you investigated or something that caught your attention?
No, actually, we're kind of excited to be there for the first time. I just wish we had more time and an extra day out there to kind of sightsee and see what the country's all about.
Yeah, tour around and everything. Well, being here from Peru, and I've lived in the States all for many years. being here Peruvian, I would advise, you know, the food, you go for it, and hope you love it, man. It's one of the best food there are.
Cool. Great.
All right, man.
Can't wait to get there.
So one last big favor.
All right.
Okay, you could give us one last message, you know, for people on the 8th of May, Testament coming here. What a message.
Sorry, it just took so many years to finally get it, and we can't wait to play some of the new stuff off our boots.
All right then, Chuck.
Oh, I'll see you next month.
All right, Chuck, man. Yeah, see you next month. Well, I hope I get to meet you. You know, I have a lot of Testament stuff I wanted you to sign, but you know, you can also be there for you on the show. All right. All right, man. Take it easy. Say hi to the boys. Take care. Bye.